Okay. Woo. Sorry for being a little late. As you can imagine, Tech Guy is not with me again, and I was kind of figuring out what to... Oh, where's my knitting? Oh, here it is. Can anyone hear me and see me? Okay. I, Nightingale, you say this is your first time here. Hi, Christy! Can you hear me and see me? Woo! Okay. So, you asked the question, are we on pattern... Hi, Sandra! If we're on pattern 77. 77 is the start. Actually, we're all over in different places because... Hi, Karen. Oh, good, you can hear me. Good. We're all at different places because we all knit at different levels, or not levels. Well, yeah, that too, but different pace. So today is Friday, but I'm not going to end the stream for the Japanese Learn to Knit Along. I'm actually going to do a stream tomorrow, which is Saturday, and Sunday, and then Monday we'll kind of have like a wrap up. And what I'd like to do is have people have on Monday in the Facebook group have shots of the latest where they are, and then I'd like to put them and have them show on the screen with you can have your names put if you don't want to have your name put, you don't have to, but I'd like to have it so that it'll rotate all of the ones and we can talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about the different ones. Yeah, that would be fun. So yeah, okay, so let me see here. Oh, did you all see my note? Pat was awesome. Oh, hi, Jazz Tune. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. Hi, Karen. Okay, Karen's got a question here. Hi, wanted to ask for pattern 19. Is there any corrections I need to be aware of before I start? Is there a new document or any notes? Good question. Let me just take a look. Karen, you're doing charts, right? I think. I can't remember. But let me see here. There was a correction in the charts in the key. The vertical line for purl, it should, or sorry, for knit, it's knit on the right side. And I'm trying hard to read chart and verify off written words. Read chart and verify. Oh, gotcha. So you're using the two to like read the chart, and if it doesn't sound right, you're looking at the written. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, the only correction for 19 was in the key. It just says for the vertical line knit. That's my mistake. It should say right side knit, wrong side purl. And that's crucial. Other than that, the chart number, or pattern number 19, the chart for it is good. Let me just double check the written instructions. I don't remember anyone saying 27. No, there was no, there wasn't any corrections for the written instructions. So if you get confused on 19, don't worry. Give me a shout out on Messenger if it's not during the time, and you know, I can help you through Messenger as well. I can also do a Facebook Live if there's anyone really stuck. If you message me I always keep my phone with me. I don't know what's going on with it. I think I turned the notifications off, but I'm going to figure that out and turn them back on so it'll bing. And then I can hop on the group and do a Facebook Live with you if you need to have like that one-on-one, or maybe a Google Groups thing. That way you can see me, I can see you. We'll figure it out. Okay. So Christy says, Christy is Tripri. I'm just calling her Christy because I cannot get her. I don't know why, I just can't seem to get that out. Oh, thanks, honey.
It's hot.
Ooh, 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 hot, out. Thank you, sweetheart. There you go. Oh, my beautiful baby. She just brought me down. Well, she's not a baby. They're always babies. Like when I'm 190 and made of mostly plastic and metal and looking fabulous, my little girl will still be my baby. Yeah. So you're on 14. Oh, Christy, how did you find the bauble? Did you I made a little video, and it was just a fly of a moment, like just off the cuff video, and it wasn't very pretty. I was going to put like fancy words and transitions. I was like, ugh. Anyway, that was helpful. Okay. Nightingale. Well, oh, you haven't done the bauble yet. So it's not you. Oh, sorry. It's Jazz Tune who has done it. I meant to ask you, Jazz Tune. I apologize, Christy. But you're soon going to be doing it. If you had any problems with the bauble. Now, Nightingale says, can you please explain why your chart looks different than mine in the book, Pattern 77? And it's L Nightingale. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, I really probably should wear my readers. So, L Nightingale, you're reading out of the pattern. Okay, thank you. So, do you have a printout of the free documents that I put in the Japanese, for the love of Japanese knitting stitch pattern group on Facebook? Because if you haven't, you can certainly, if you hit discussions and then type in the little search box. The discussions is right on the left-hand side of like where the main feed is for the group. If you hit discussions and then type in the search box N-I-N, like Nin for me, all of my things I've ever said will come up. And if you scroll down through it, you'll see the one where you can print off the oh, my words today. Print off the charts that I wrote up. And you also will get the choice to do either the charted version or the written. So if you're in the book, the reason why it looks different, I had to figure out in my charting software that I use, because I design articles of clothing and whatnot, and mostly accessories right now that have been published, but there is things in the back queue. My charting software, in order for me to get all of the voted patterns to work with a specific number for the cast on, just to make it simpler and easier for everyone, I had to adjust where the repeats would happen in the chart. That's why this chart, Pattern 77, which you can see, It's right there. Oh, I have a lag between the... Okay, I've got a lag between the chat. I'm sorry. So one side is showing something, another is showing something. Oh, Tech Boy, where are you? Tech Guy is my best friend from years and years and years and years and years. He had to, like, he's helped me set this up, this whole technology up. I will learn how to use 3 monitors and all this, but right now he's been helping me. He's in a different province, picking up his daughter. So, okay. She went to summer camp or something. I think it was, oh yes, it was summer camp. Right. All right, so, oh, Karen, so the charts and all those things that I put up are in the file section too. Ooh, right on. That's good to know. Oh, that's easy. Just click files and there. The book is awesome. I, Nightingale. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love this book. Now, Jazztoon says, I'll have to figure out how to reverse the cable to get a left-leaning one instead of a right-leaning one. But for now, I left it as is. Hi. I'm not sure what you mean, Jazztoon. Are you a lifty knitter? I'm just wondering. Because the cable that 6-stitch cable that we tackle in 19, how to get them instead of, but for now I left it. Oh, I see. You gotcha. No, you did a right leaning one as opposed to a left. You know what, just go with it. Like, make them all right leaning. If you made a mistake and did one as right leaning as the first one and you haven't on that row, just do them all. Yeah. Oh, because you're left-handed. Ah, that's right. You know, I really should start knitting patterns for, or not knitting patterns, writing the alternative pattern for left-handed knitters. Because I think in the notes... Okay, so Anna says, wouldn't it be the difference between doing the back one first and then the front? Jazztoon, is that how you get it to work for you? Like, instead of starting with... Anna, do you mean, like, instead of starting with, say, round 1 of, like, say, pattern 19, instead of working that one, you would knit a wrong side row, like an extra wrong side row? I'm not sure how that would work out. I have to research that, how that works for left-handed knitters. I know there's quite a few. I have a cousin, she's young and she knits. My mom taught her, and my mom is a very beautiful knitter, but she's right-handed. But somehow Mom was able to do that in her... Well, Mom's also dyslexic. So, you know. Oh, Anna, you were talking about the cables. Okay. All right. Got it. Maybe, but got twisted up. This is what Jazztoon is saying. I'm not too familiar with cables, so I'll have to research it. Okay. It's a shame that you didn't... I didn't really... I published it on Instagram, but I don't think I was in the Japanese Stitch group. But I also did a free class to teach everyone about cables, and I gave like cable swatches, homework assignments. They were like cute little things, you know. and everyone was able to learn how to make cables and to do it properly so that your tension works and you don't get those weird holes like we were talking yesterday where the energy from the twist over pulls in the fabric, and instead of messing with your tension, you just do your normal tension, but there's some tricks you can do with the purl on the other side of the cable so that you don't get that ugly gap that looks like it's laddering beside the cables. I think I might, yeah, so Anna's just going to play with it. You know what, I should, because I have all the videos and I have all of the paperwork. Yeah, it's, you know what, maybe I might do that. All in one place. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that on YouTube. I'm getting itchy nose. Sorry. I have a lot of fuzzy fiber down here today, and I'm breathing in fuzzy fiber. Yeah, on YouTube, I just discovered today that you can segment, like put them in, like, I guess they're called playlists. So if you wanted to click on cables, you just click where cables is, and all the videos for cables will be nice and neat, you know. Oh, Christy, you don't have an Instagram account yet. It's free. I love that. I love Instagram. It's so awesome. If you like, sorry, it's my dogs. They're my doorbell. If you like social media, and actually Instagram is so easy. It's not hard. So many do it. So Karen says, Karen, you don't use Instagram either. Not that I'm saying, oh, you have to go use Instagram. I'm not saying that. It's just that there is, and Anna. Well, no wonder why you ladies never found out about my cable class. None of you have accounts. Okay. You know, I might do a live stream next week with, isn't that just a post for a few seconds and it doesn't stay? Oh, Anna, that's Snapchat. Oh, I don't know how to use that. Supposedly I have to learn, according to my teenage daughter and my tween age daughter. But that's Snapchat. Instagram is like a little photo gallery, and each photo has a mini, almost like a little mini blog post beside it. So knitters can snap a picture with their, it's only with a phone, snap a picture of your phone, and then just type what you want to say. Woo, a bug. Sorry. Type what you want to say, like a little mini blog post, or you might want to say nothing about it, right? And it just goes into your gallery, and it's neat. So because people can scroll and then click on bigger pictures, it's wonderful. Okay. I'm sorry, I go on and on about Instagram because I'm trying to get Tech Boy to do it, and he's like, I don't want Instagram. I apologize if I went overboard. Christy, yeah, it's only on, no, I think you can use your iPad too. Yeah. You can look at it on the computer, but you can't post anything on through the computer. You can have it on iPad because it, you know how an iPad you can take a photo with it? You have to have a device that's like a mobile or portable device and lets you take a photo as opposed to a computer. So. Oh! Elle Nightingale, you have one. Okay. I might post there. I think I'm going to run the cable course again. I really enjoyed it, and it's free. Really low stress and super fun. Everyone seemed to really like it, you know. And I have everything to do it. It's not like I have to reword anything. So yeah, maybe I'll see if I can do that next week or the week afterwards. I'll have to I'll let you everyone know. Oh, Sandra, you have it on iPad. Yeah, I have an iPad, but I haven't put it on the iPad yet. I'm not overly techie. Like, I'm pretty good. I code websites, but when it comes to those mobile devices, I'm not all that great, right? Okay, so Anna asked, do you teach cable without the needle? Absolutely, because you all saw my cable needle. I'm not fond of it, so I have the only one. So I usually just cable without a cable needle. We go up to, I did the, okay, don't let, Charles, out. That's the dog, sorry. He's got a great big soccer ball. I don't want him to throw it. One of these monitors break, I'll be in big trouble. Are you there as Nin Designs? I will follow you. Yes, Jaztoon, I am. I'm trying to keep everything consistent across all of my my media. And plus it makes it easier for me to remember. But yeah, so I'll look at my schedule. I might do it just through Twitch Live as well. I have videos that are little small videos that I posted to my Facebook group, which is Knit Without Boundaries. And what I mean by that is I want everyone to explore knitting, you know. But I've got those up on there. I think I'll just take those, put them on YouTube. Someone had mentioned to do that, and that's a great idea. I'll put those on YouTube, and the charts. How would I get the charts to you all? Maybe if Bridget doesn't mind in the Japanese stitch, if she doesn't mind, maybe I can upload them to her Facebook group, and I can delete them if I actually show you the different that's a great question, Karen. Some designers use different jargon for their cables, and I actually show it. Or are they in the book we're using? No, these cables that I did, I actually just, I created them myself. They're just very simple swatches. And there isn't a textbook, but I did put out printed documents that go with them. So you can either use the charts or the written instructions. And I show a definition in the key and in the abbreviations how to do it, like it's written out, and it has like the two different ways that I've seen. There may be more, but there's it has the two different ways that I've seen, where it's like it might say like for the, well, we have one here, an example here, the Japanese one, which is 6. In the written, I believe it's 2/2/2 LC? Is it? Might be, because it's a left crossing one. LPC, which means the purl in there, right? To indicate the purl. Yeah. But are they in the book we are using? Karen says, no, I mean in pattern 19. Okay. Did I describe that one out? Let me just see. In my abbreviation. Did I put that in there? Thought I did. Nope. I was lazy. I'm sorry. Yeah. That one. Sorry about that. I usually put abbreviations in. I don't know why I didn't do that for... Ah! There's a bug trying to get at my water. I don't normally... See, there's different ways. See how they cross? Some people chart them with like these weird lines, but the one that we're using in pattern 19, let me see, where are you? Yes, this one here. In the book, it looks different from the chart because my charting software, it didn't know how to handle that particular cross when I put it in my Japanese stitch library that I created. And so what it did is it filled in the purls. You see right here how we've got the 2 stitches crossing, they come to the front and cross, and the center purls stay just where they are. My software just simply did them as dark. I don't know why, it just did, and I couldn't get it to change it to because I wanted it to match exactly the symbols of the book, because Gail Rome, who is amazing, and she is a member of the group where we are all on Facebook, she asked that the symbols be the Japanese symbols. And so I had to make my own Japanese symbols to make them look like what's in the book. But my computer program, Stitch Mastery, it, for some reason, that one, it just said, nope, those pearls are going to be dark. Okay, you found which page in the Bible? Yeah, 9. Who said that? Okay. Okay, Siri, for some reason, just thought I was speaking to her. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, my book. See, I have to get this spiral bound because, like I said earlier, I'm going to destroy my poor book before I even have a chance to enjoy it, before it's destroyed. Okay, so time to start knitting. I'm on I'm on 27. I saw Anna's, or no, sorry, Pat in the Facebook group. Oh, it looks beautiful. She has the main part done, the main stitch part done, and she had a question about this part here, but she posted a photo. Yeah, and beautiful. So I'm gonna see if I can go along. I don't know about you folks, but I find this chart to be the most challenging. Yeah, in the book, Karen, do you see how you see the definite? Yeah, they're like, you can see it how I'm looking at you. There's the cross, right? In the book, in between the 2 crosses, there's a space, and because it's 4. Why is it? All right, well. Sorry, just a second. Just double checking something because I want to make sure. Okay. Positive. It said. Maybe time. Watch me have led everyone astray. Wouldn't that just be something? Don't follow her. Let me see here. Holy smokes. I am not... Okay. There we go. I apologize. See if you can see this. Page 10. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. They even have it numbered, like the stitches. And 19 is the one that we're doing. Right there. You'll go across. Now you see there's the 2 stitches that go across. The 2 stitches that are the crossing stitches are knit stitches. So the knit stitches cross, but the purl, see those 2 little lines that are in the center of, and they're just like little horizontal lines? That's the purl. Now I remember why Stitch Mastery did not like it. When I put those lines in there, it just filled those 2 squares with the dark. That's why. I am sorry. I apologize. A memory hiccup. Anyway, so the purl stitches, when you read it, it says place 2 stitches on the cable needle. Those are the knits. Hold to the front. Place 2 stitches on another cable, which would be the purls, and hold to the back, and then you knit 2 off the left hand needle. So basically, see how they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? The sequence would be, okay, we're going to knit 5 and 6. Now we're going to knit 3 and 4, the center purls, because we don't want those to change position. They're going to stay right where they are. And then we knit 1 and 2. Yeah, that's frustrating. I actually don't use the cable needle to do that at all, but it's a whole lot of like manipulating the stitches and almost like I'm strangling them. Or you can use 1 cable needle and do it, and it's not so bad. But yeah, so I apologize. If you're looking for the reference to that cable, everyone, it's on page 10. Okay. Oops, that's the cable is difficult to do without a... That cable is difficult to... Christy says that cable is difficult to do without a cable needle. Yeah, wonder, what do I got here? Do I have any? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to demonstrate that cable right now. I'm just going to quickly do a couple of stitches that I can easily rip back and show you that cable. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube as well. Okay. That 6-stitch cable is the last of the, or wait, did I do an 8-stitch one in the cabling class that I ran, just so everyone could get a feel for it? Okay, so, oh, okay. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm like, my grid, like I usually use it to help me remember, but I apologize. I'll keep it in the middle. All right, so I'm going to do the cable. We're going to pretend, say we got 3. Okay, I've got 6 stitches here. So the goal is to get 5 and 6 over here, 1 and 2 behind and over here, and then the center ones, 3 and 4, just to stay put. So the way I did it without a cable needle, see if we can. Yes, we are referring to pattern 19, row 13, that cable, because that's where all the action happens, is on row 13 in that pattern, because it has the bobbles in the cable. So what I do is I simply, let me see if I can get this to focus. Okay, so there's my 6 stitches. I usually just, oh my gosh, this fly is driving me nuts. Okay, so I kind of pick them up. See those other 4? I've got 5 and 6 on my right hand needle, 4 on the left. I'm just going to pull them out. Okay, and what I'll do is just put them back on the left needle. I'll move 5 and 6. Is that working out? Can you see that? It's not fun when they're little tiny. It's so much easier with the worsted weight yarn. 5 and 6, I just slip right back onto the left hand needle. Of course, there we go. And then I just simply have them fall off. No, that's not right. Okay, so then I just simply knit them. Just want to make sure. Okay, I've got a stitch in the way that I wasn't there before. Alright. So I just simply knit those. So here's 5. There's 6. Ta-da! Now 3 and 4 are over here. We want them in the middle. 1 and 2 they must cross over. So I usually just go through the back. I'm just going to slip my right hand needle into the stitches of the back. Sometimes I don't even do that because, or I'll just let them fall. Like the knit stitches, as we all know, come to the front. Purl stitches will always go backwards. So I just dropped the first 2 knit stitches since this yarn is so tight, it's so small. There. So I picked up the 2 back like the purls. I've got them here. I picked up the knits and put them here. This is the stitches 1 and 2, and if you remember from the diagram. So now I put the 2 purls back on the left needle, and then I knit them. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat right now. I will look at the notes. Just that this yarn is so fine, I can't really look away. Plus I don't have, there we go. I need pointier needles. I don't have any for this type of yarn. And then I simply, after I purl those 2 center stitches, I knit the last 2. And there's my cross. And of course we can't see it. Come on, focus. Well, you can kind of get the idea of it. It'd be easier here. You can see how the 2 knits here go over there. And then the 2 knits here go over there. And the purls, see that center line of purls? That purl, those 2 stitches, they don't move because they go up that way. Does that make sense? Let me read the... So Anna says, okay, so Anna says, so no purls. Well, in the cross, if we're still talking about the one I was just doing, because I wasn't watching the chat, there is the purls. They're just in the center, like they go right up here, and when you fiddle with it, yes, you do purl the middle ones. I don't know if the camera showed it as me purling them because it's so tight, but yeah, you do purl the center ones. Wish I had some bigger yarn. I could just do a real quick little thing and show you, but I don't have any handy. But did you? Yes, I did purl the center ones. So what my sequence was to do it without a needle, a cable needle. I simply dropped the first 4 stitches. That's the knit, knit, purl, purl. I just dropped those off. I carefully slipped my right hand needle into the stitches that are the 2 stitches that are on the left. Slip those on there, and then I carefully picked up with the left needle those stitches I had dropped. So the purl, purl, knit, knit went on the left needle, and the the knit stitches that are in position 5 and 6 are now on the tip of my right needle. And then I pull them over here, tip to tip, slide them back onto the needle, and then I knit those 2. So now I've got the tension, the cross. You'll see then that there's a knit, and a purl, and a purl. We got to get those knits out of there because we want the purls to be in the center. So what I did is I simply slid the needle out of those 4 stitches, the knit, knit, purl, purl in the back. And due to the nature of purls and knits, those who've been knitting a while, they know pretty much this. Purl stitches will always kind of want to go back, and knit stitches always want to come forward. So that's how I can see which is which. Plus you also can see the collars of the purls. So then what I did, I took my left needle, I carefully picked up the knit stitches that were just hanging there in the front. Those are the ones I had dropped purposely. Carefully picked those up. And then with the tip of the right needle, I carefully picked up the purls. So I've got, it's like a, so the 2 needles have picked up stitches. So then I simply took the right hand needle that I picked up the purls with because they were hanging in the back, went tip to tip, slid those onto the left hand needle. So now I've got my worked 2 stitches that cross in the front because we're doing the right, we're doing that cross that way. Those have already been worked. We don't need to worry about those. So by manipulating the stitches, I now have purl, purl, and 1 and 2, the knits on originally when we looked at the needle, position 1 and 2 was a knit and a knit. They're now in the back. And they actually cross in front of the purl. So the pearls just kind of hang there in the back originally, but now they're on the needle. So we've got the crossing stitches and then the purl is right behind. Like if this was the purl, that's what it would look like. This one, like 5 and 6 here, 1 and 2 here, 3 and 4, which are the pearls, are right here. So now to complete it, I would purl normally the 2 purl stitches and then knit the 2 knit stitches. And that's how you do it without a cable. That's not the usually it's a little smoother. That's kind of like on the fly. I will have to, okay, so Karen says, Anna says, yep, she's got it. Good. Awesome. Karen says, I'll have to watch a tutorial a few times before I get it. I have never done more than 4 stitches in a cable. Ah, yeah, because those are the simple ones where you just take, you know, take 2. If it's 2 and 2 to make 4, you just kind of like, yeah, those are the simple ones. And so Karen, I don't know, can you explain your left cross and right cross, as I don't see those icons in the chart? What am I not seeing? Just take a look. You know what you can do with those? You can take a pen and just scratch them out, because originally I had made a transition of lace. Originally I had made a transition of lace that went into the previous stitch, the first stitch sampler we did, but it looked hideous and I cut it out, and that's just a relic from the old key, and I never even noticed that it was there. I'm sorry. But 1 and 1 RC, 1 and 1 LC, it's just 2 stitches and you're just crossing them either way, but it has no bearing at all on the chart, like none. If you see it in the chart, that would be an old copy. I don't think I had left that in. I think this was the only thing I changed. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, so Karen says, I see them in the stitch icon key, but not in the chart, like they appear in the key. Yep. And Karen says, makes sense now. Yes. So you're making sense of my chaos. Sorry about that. All right. So, 19. Does everyone feel pretty good about it? That they think they can, you know, get a good grip on it? Because what I can do... Yeah. Yeah, you cannot see them in the chart, and that's why you were confused. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Oh, like I said, I did not send these stitches to a tech editor. Normally, actually, I always send my patterns to a tech editor. If I have a little blooper like that, you know, the key is off from the chart, they show me. They don't fix it. They just point it out, and then I have to fix it and send it back to them. They check it, yada, yada, yada. I did not do this with this because of where it was a kind of a last minute decision to try to help people get these stitches like out of the book and in their hands. Like, I wanted to make sure that people could have them, and have, you know, just to know that they're not scary and they can do it. So yeah, I didn't send this out to a tech editor. Yeah. Where there's so many charts, this is a little inside secret. Where there is so many charts in this, like, sampler, if this was a pattern that I was going to publish, like send out to the big bad wide world to, you know, this would cost a lot of money to have. Because the tech editor checks every row with every line of, like, they go this and check, that and check, and that and check, right? Make sure that this matches the written, because I always give both. A lot of people don't do that because they don't want to pay extra money to do it, but I think it brings value to the knitter to make their own choice. I don't want to force them to do, like, to use, you must use a chart to make my pattern. No, I don't do that. Yeah, so this would have been very expensive. Okay, so Sandra says, yeah, you know what? You're working with 2 cable needles. It probably would have been way easier than the way I did it. It's just that I'm used to doing it without it, and I can kind of speed along. But explaining it to people who don't know how to do it would have been great to have the 2 cable needles. I don't have cable needles, otherwise I would have showed you with the 2 cable needles. And Christy says, it's okay, don't worry. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to start knitting, yay, on 27. And I don't know, like, if it has anyone hit 27 yet? I can't remember. I know Pat has. Pat did. Chopsticks work! Never thought of that. Yeah, that would have been great. I know for bulky yarns, I use pencil crayons sometimes. Yeah, I gotta buy some cable needles if I'm gonna be... Okay, so Jazztoon, you're reviewing it. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I find this chart is so... I'm just marking off where I've completed it. Holy smokes! This one is not to take your eye off. Like, I really don't recommend this one for Netflix. At least for my brain, I just found... Oh, you're up to 25 and 19. Ooh, awesome. Let me see. So you're motoring along. Oh yeah, you're going to be done probably right before the stream is over. So, Anna, when you say this looks super difficult, which chart are you referring to? Just out of curiosity. Just going to take a look. Are you referring to 27? Okay, yeah. It, those weird little... The weird little toboggans that I had to create here to get the Japanese, a close proximity of what the Japanese stitch is. It's not that bad. It's just that there's so much action happening on the right side and then the wrong side, because on the wrong side where we have to remember to purl through the back of the loop, right? And that's a bit of a pain in the butt. So there's really no rest for the wicked. Yeah. That's why I find, for me, I need to focus on this. Like, I can't watch TV and do it. I mean, I had it up a lot further, realized I had a mistake, and me being me, I ripped the sucker right back to nothing, because I just couldn't stand that. Okay. Alrighty, I'm just going to be a moment picking up some stitches here. Oh, you sussy thing, it's bounced a stitch off. Okay. Oh! You've not done a purl through the back of the loop? I'll show you. It's not too hard. Anna, are you working with a worsted weight? Just wondering if you're working with a worsted weight, because it will definitely be easier if your yarn's a little thicker to see what you're doing. DK. Okay, well no, that's still good, because it's a lot thicker than what this stuff is. Let me just get to a point where I can show you, but first I'm just going to answer Christie's question. LOK, it means lift over the knits. That's what it means. So essentially what you do, like I think I even in the charting section, I put in the very back, of course, I put, oh, that darn tootin' fly, for how to do it. And if you read this, it's not that complicated. It seems pretty straightforward. Yeah, so basically you just, the third stitch, like 1, 2, 3, third stitch, pull it up high, and then you just drop it over 2 and 1. It's all on the left needle. There's no action happening with the right needle other than picking up the third and just dragging it over and dropping it. And then you simply knit the first stitch. That's where that K comes from. And then you do a yarn over, and then you do another knit. So that way it consumes 3 stitches and it produces 3 stitches. So our count's not off. That's very important. So, all right, let me do that demonstration. I just want to make sure that I have all my stitches here. I just dropped a whole whack of them. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I was just about to do 5. So, there's those 3. Yeah, that's working. And after that was yarn over. Okay. And then there's that. And then there's this. Okay, I see where I dropped it. Just one moment here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this first stitch is a twisted knit. It doesn't say it in the pattern, but you could, to make a very nice column of twisted knitted stitches, you could, on the reverse side, do a twisted knit. I'm going to show you that. Sorry that I keep going out of screen there. So I'm just gonna do okay. So here we are on the wrong side. And there we have the purl. Now we know to do a purl normally, we go this way, right? We go like that. That's a regular purl. To twist it, we are going to not use the front leg. We're going to use the back leg. See if you can see that better. So the back leg is what we're going to use. So we insert our needle like so, and then you would purl it. I don't usually flip my yarn over when I do them. So if I was going to do a purl through the back, I might take the stitch itself and kind of twist it with my fingers to see how I've got it twisted, and that little back leg is showing right there. That's the back leg. I just scoop that up with my right needle tip, bing, and purl it. And what it does is it creates a twisted knit stitch on the front, on the right side. Oh! Nope! Do not put a 2-stitch border at the top left of the chart. Or sorry, at the on the left or the right. Don't do that, because that's another thing that I noticed today as I went to knit this. I realized that, hey, wait a minute, with a 2-stitch border there and there, we've got what, 57 stitches? And it must stay at 53. So then I counted my stitches. There's 33 stitches in sampler or pattern 27. The repeat's 20, so 33 plus 20, duh, nin, it's 53. So I shouldn't have put that up there. So if you're using the charts, just totally ignore that. You can take a pencil and scratch it out, so that way you don't have to worry about it or forget. But yeah, it's funny, all the little errors that you find as you go along. Any of you ladies ever do test knitting for designers? I think there's a few gentlemen out there too who are watching. Any of you folks do test knitting for designers? Because essentially, this is what we're doing. We're going through, finding the mistakes, and then correcting them. So that's what the test knitters do. They're very important people, but I don't make my test knitters do that. I actually use a tech editor. Okay, so L. Nightingale said, is there an error in pattern 77, row 9, first repeat, oh, Sandra, that's right, you asked to. Because I only have 2 stitches left. Okay, so you've worked your 2 stitches here, L. Nightingale, is that correct? You've worked your 2 stitches on row 9 here. You get into your repeat. The last stitch consumes 3 And you've only got 2? Okay. Let me just count here, double check. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 stitches in total. I'm going to take away 2, because that leaves 1. 3 becomes 1, 2, and 2. So that would leave 10 stitches. But the yarn overs make up for those. So the yarn over is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that brings the repeat back up to 16. So there's actually not a mistake in there. You might want to go back through your knitting and take a peek at that, because it should work out. Just, you know, by the math. And plus, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I see you say right. Oh, purling through the back, doing it the continental way. Okay. Let's see if I can do that. Alright. So if I am not a picker. Like a so I would knit. Okay. Bring my yarn to the front for the purl. And with your right needle, what I would do, Anna, is see how the 2 legs right there of the purl? The 2 legs of the purl? You could take your finger, your index finger, and kind of just lay the purl a little funny on the needle. Do you see how I can see both legs now? I would take the tip of the right needle, slip it from behind. Do you know what I mean? Slip it from behind, grab that. I don't do continental, so don't laugh too hard. Grab that back leg. There we go. Whew. All right, grab that back leg, and then how do you throw it? You like go over? Okay, and then you would just purl it off as usual. So that is the twisted purl, done in a very shoddy way. Sorry. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, Anna, you got it? Okay, you got it. Okay. Oh, my word. I love looking at the different ways that people knit. I should learn continental. Supposedly it's faster? Olé! Oh. Is that because I took the bull by the horns and I actually tried continental on camera in front of people around the world? Okay, so Karen says, does the purl through the back of the loop also go by the terminology twisted purl? I've never heard it called a twisted purl. How about you knitters out there? Like, have you ever heard the purl through the back of the loop referred to as a twisted twisted purl, I've never heard that. But I could definitely just been living a very sheltered knitter life and not have been exposed to that. I've always seen it as PT for through and PTBL. PTBL. Purl through back a loop. Yeah. And L. Nightingale says it's way faster. Yeah, I know. I gotta learn how to do it. Actually, I did learn how to do Peruvian knitting, which is amazing. The tension's completely different. Anyone here ever do Peruvian knitting? Oh wait, okay, I got it. Jazz Tune says, on 27, how would you work the stitch on row 7? Stitches 15 to 18. Let me just take a quick peek look here. I have a feeling it's one of those strange toboggans. Yeah, Anna, isn't that cool? Let me see. Row 7. 15 to 17. Okay, so we're looking at this stitch. We're looking at this stitch here. So at the front, it's like an SSK, and then there is exactly. Yeah, Jazz Tune, you got it. Yeah. So you slip the purl stitch to the right needle, insert the tip of the right needle into the third stitch that's on the left needle. So we're actually working with 4 stitches, right? Lift over the stitches. You know how we were doing like lift and lock. I always call it lift and lock, but you lift and drop it over those 2 stitches on the left needle. And let it drop, yeah. And then you return that slipped stitch on the lift needle, tip to tip, right? So, and then you just simply do, like before we were doing a knit yarn over knit. Well, now we've got 2 stitches there. So we're going to do, is it the SSK? No, we knit 2 together right there. And then do our yarn over and our last, what is it? Knit. So that one's tricky because, as well you obviously guess, we have 4 stitches. It consumes 4 stitches and produces 3, right? Because where the lock stitch is hanging, it's like across, you know, so that's how you know. Let me just see. It's probably followed by a yarn over. Let me just take a quick look here. Yeah, it has the yarn over right in front of it. So that's what makes up for the extra stitch that is consumed. Yeah. Same on the mirror side. Well, the other side of the central stitches. Same idea. Exactly the same idea, but done a little differently. And it consumes 4, produces 3, and then we have to have that yarn over, or else everything's thrown out of whack. Okay. Something about, I think I missed Jazz Tune. Okay, something about tension. This side of the screen here is faster than this side of the screen for, I don't know if you can see the chat on that I see in big format here. This chat little box here is very, very small. So sometimes it really speeds through and this one lags. So I might miss something. Okay, Christy says, my problem with Continental is that my tension is uneven. Okay. Christy, how long did you say you've been knitting for? Not like I'm trying to, like, haha, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just wondering, like, how long have you been knitting? I have seen knitters who knit Continental. They use different methods for wrapping their yarn to hold it so that they can move that finger back and forth in such a way that the tension is perfectly smooth. And I just bought a Craftsy course because I have to knit all my samples. And I usually have to knit like 3 or 4 samples, like lickety split for the models and the photo shoots. So I need to learn how to knit faster, right? There's only one of me. On the Craftsy course, how did she do that? The knitter was knitting Continental. She didn't wrap her yarn. She just held it like that. Right? And then she would work it with either the index finger coming over or just moving this. And by how tight she squeezes here, controls the tension, which is a great idea. Unless you're like me, where that really feels painful, right? So, but that is one option you can do. You might want to try playing around with wrapping. Okay. Oh, Chrissy, you've been knitting since you're 6 years old. Okay. Okay. Yeah, tension is yeah. Especially with the Japanese stitches. My tension, I'm a tight knitter. And my tension turned out pretty okay, but I was really actually being mindful of it. Normally I'm not. Oh, Christy, you have that Craftsy course too. I only use it for Fair Isle knitting with 2 hands. Oh, that's right. Mary Jane Mucklestone teaches that as well. She's like the goddess of Fair Isle. At least I think she is. She's so sweet. I took a class with her. Did you try giving it a go? It might be the solution to the tension problem for you with Continental. The other thing you can do is try the Peruvian way. If you find is your knitting when you Christy, she is the Fair Isle Queen. Yes, she is. And she's so sweet. Oh my lord, she's so sweet. Just side note, her house actually caught fire, and she had antiques and that she adored and whatnot. And the thing that she was most concerned about, believe it or not, was her swatches. She has like reams of these kind of swatches that we're doing, but all in different Fair Isle prints, right? And she was so pleased that she was able to get every swatch out without having them burn. One got singed. Anyway, little side note there. Oh, you can do British throwing. Okay. Are you a tight knitter or a loose knitter with the tension? Because I think with British, if you I use my finger like a sewing needle bobbin. I don't actually let go of my needle. It rests on my hand here, so that way I'm not actually normal knit. What's a normal knitter? Oh, is that where people knit like? Is that where you knit like this? And then you grab your yarn and go like that? Is that what that is? See, with me, not too tight and not too loose. Oh! don't know. It could be just the Japanese stitches. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just the Japanese stitches, honestly, just because they are so beautiful and really technical. Tri-tight. Tri-tight. Oh, okay, not too tied and not too loose. I gotcha. Tight. Gotcha. Don't worry, my typing is awful. Like, for texting, I'm like, I'm horrible at it. It's painful to watch. In fact, I just click the microphone and I will speak it and then say the punctuation that I want, and then it will send it out. Okay, so I'm actually really, really excited for 59. I think that's going to be loads of fun. The not so fun part is that we do have that, again, the purl through the back of the loop on the wrong side row, so it's like, again, no rest. There is one rest row. No, I lie. Sorry. From 12 until 20, you do get a rest. No, you don't. No, only row 12 do you get a rest. On the wrong side row, that is, I'm saying. But it produces a beautiful look. So I'm anxious to try that one because I have some worsted weight yarn from a local mill, and I'm just chomping at the bit to do like a design for them. And I kind of want to use traditional Celtic, like the cables and, you know, the simple stitches, but add in some Japanese elements just to spice things up and, you know, give it that pizzazz factor. So that's what I want to do. That's why I'm excited, really excited to try the next one. I don't know if, I know there's a lot of people that are watching right now and they haven't really chatted in the chat, and that's okay, totally fine. But if you have gotten through the sampler, which would be like, whoa, thank you, like that would be amazing because I haven't even gotten through it. I'd love to know your thoughts on 59 because, like I said, that is my favorite. Yeah. So, back to 27 for me. Okay. I think I'm on the third row. Rats! Okay, so I did that one. Did the other two toboggans. Okay, 3 toboggans. I call them toboggans because they look like toboggans to me. Everything. Because I'm Canadian. Okay, I'm thinking, Jaztoon says, I'm thinking when I get better at this, I want to try the scarf pattern in the book as a gift. Oh, yeah. For my sister-in-law. She's knit-worthy. Very rare. That's good. What yarn would you recommend for that? That would be luscious. Okay, let me see. Tech boy! Tech Man is Thunder Grunt. He's just put in 59. It's so amazing. Ugh. You're supposed to be driving. You better be pulled over. Okay. Oh, did you hear that did you read in the forum that the next version of the Bible that's coming out by Shida is variations of the same stitch, but no patterns? Oh, Anna says silk. Malabrigo has beautiful silk. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Oh, wait. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, pattern 59, it has everything, so there's nothing new, like, you know. Okay. Thank you. Stream looks lovely. Thank you, tech guy. I absolutely miss your techie skills. And of course you. I'm just going to look for that pattern. Where is it? Okay, so there's the yolks. There's the borders. I remember seeing this scarf. I'm like, am I going nutty? Is there not a scarf in here? Wait a minute. Jazz Tune, it's in this book? Is it in the front? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Ooh. Silk would be beautiful. Anna's right. Silk would be beautiful. But you know what I would be very tempted to use is something with a little bit of... Oh no! Elle Nightingale has the tank. Oh, sorry about that. Mohair. Or something with a little bit of like a haze to the yarn, or sorry, not a haze, a halo. Something. Anna says hazy. Yeah, I shouldn't say hazy. It's something with a halo, like it. So it's not fuzzy looking as it would disturb the stitches. But can you see how that scarf, when you look at it, the sharpness of the edges is slightly blurred, and that's because it's got something like maybe Angora or ooh, Anna, Rowan Kid Haze. Yeah, that'd probably be really nice with that. Yeah. What weight are you going to do the... Oh, now Anna's going, she's going expensive. Cashmere. Oh my Lord. If you can afford that, whew, I'd say go for it. If she's knitworthy and you love her, go for cashmere. What is the other one? Quivet? Quivet? That's the one that's in Greenland and they make it with the buffalo. Yeah, I think so. I have some Quivet here somewhere, but it's like itty bitty little mini skein from when I was over in Greenland. Which, by the way, is beautiful. Cashmere would be beautiful. What was I going to say? What weight are you looking to do it in, Jazz Tune? Were you thinking of doing it... Like, this is pretty lacy. That's a fingering weight. Would everyone agree that... Oh, here I am, looking at it, and nobody can see it. Oh, for goodness sakes. I apologize, everyone. Okay, so that's what the sister-in-law Okay, so that's what is the gift idea for Jazz-Toon's sister-in-law. And she's knit-worthy, so this is beautiful, totally. This looks to me, it's a mini scarf. When they say mini scarf, I'm totally thinking that the sample knitter must have used a fingering weight or a lace weight. You can see it on the back cover. Oh, bleh. There, of course. Here I was digging through the book thinking, oh my gosh, where is it? I don't know. Anna, you had posted fingering as another option, and the computer thought you were saying something saucy, so it blocked it. I'm going to allow it. Oh wait. Ooh, no, I can't allow it. Nope, because then I will get a big old... Yeah. Why is some knitting terms always like double on, you know, that double... Stop it, Marla. There's nobody there. And, you know. Yeah, it's on... Yes. Elle Nightingale has clarified. The scarf is on page 18 in the book. You know, I actually would love to knit that for my mom. I used Sea Silk, which was Set Me Back. Ooh, alpaca! Elle Nightingale. My goodness, you must have read this book inside out and upside down. Woo. You see, you've got page 45. Yes, well, there we go. Right there. There, of course, in the pattern, it's going to show it. Yeah. Duh. I should have... Oh, it's DK. That's interesting. Not sure, but I do like the lacy look of it. Yeah, Jazz-Toon, the pattern on page 155 does say it's approximately DK weight. So maybe it's one of those kind of crazy weights that's between like a fingering and a DK. What would that be? A sport? Huh? Yeah, I think that is. But in Diamo Hair Dieu alpaca. I have no idea what that brand is, but I'm sure you probably could Google it if you wanted to get the exact yarn and buy it. I'm just thinking, where it has alpaca in it, you're gonna pay some money. Yeah. Just looking to see if there's a... No, it doesn't really list where they purchased the yarn from, or where you can purchase it from. But I'm sure you can Google it. I used Sea Silk to make a mini kerchief for my mama. Oh, Nightingale says mohair alpaca. Would that have too much of a not a haze? What is that? Halo? Because wouldn't that bloom a bit after a blocking? I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I haven't worked with mohair yet. It's on the list. I actually love Rowan, like to die for. Love Rowan, and I'm looking to submit a few designs to them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it would bloom and be a little hazy. And I wonder if that haze would obstruct the stitches. Because those are some mighty fine stitches, right? You wouldn't want anything that would that would disturb them. Do you like the ruffle at the end? Is your sister-in-law a ruffle girl? Because you could substitute it. Like, there is some really gorgeous edgings. So if she, let's see, what is that? Is that a, that's sort of like an organic kind of, almost like a butterfly here. Then it comes up and then it splays and then comes together. And then you, of course, have the winding, like a serpentine winding up here. So that's a cable without being a cable. Like once it's on top, it just moves over the other one. So theoretically, you could put something else with it. And there is a lot of nice choices in this book. Yeah. So if she's a cable girl. Oh, yeah, you're saying, oh, those edges are nice. They're gorgeous, aren't they? This one here, I fell in love with. I don't know what it is about me and straight lines. I'm like, love them. And I love the knit through the back of the loop. The twisted rib. So my design that's coming out soon, which I will be posting on Instagram when it's out, and I'll post it on Facebook too, and I might tweet it. I'm not really good at Twitter. I know how to use it. I just really forget that it actually exists. I'm one of those kind of people. I'm gonna, when it comes out, if Bridget allows, I will post in our Japanese Facebook group and go from there. Yeah. Look at this one with the little, wait, can you see that one with the nubbies? The baubles? Oh, Christy, you use Twitter. Okay, so if I tweet, I think you can put pictures now with Twitter. See how bad I am with Twitter. I'm like, I know how to use it, but it's probably advanced more than what I've done it. Yeah, so if I tweet, I think I can have a picture, or at least a link to a picture. I'll also put it on my blog, and I'll also put it on my website. And it's super easy to find me. Just type in Nin Designs on Google, and boom, up I come. Just to let, like, when the free pattern is going to go out, because there's going to be a knit along to go with it. Aren't they beautiful? I don't even know what they are. Like, what are those things? Karen, to knit these suckers in the round, I should say, these patterns in the round is super easy. That's how I normally knit, is in the round. That's why I do a lot of accessories, because I just love it. Oh, Anna says they're collars. Oh. Okay, I won't get distracted. I'll look at those later, Anna, because I do want to make some really cute, like, little collars and stuff. I think those are beautiful. To knit in the round, these stitches, super easy. You just have to know your needle, your stitches, and there is no wrong side rows. It's all right side. So if you were doing the chart, if you were going to knit from a chart or design it from a chart, you would just simply start at the repeat on the right all the way across. Start at the repeat on the right for the wrong side row and go all the way across, because actually it's not a wrong side row, it's a right side row. So if it says, like, if the icon says that it's a knit on the right side row, because we can see that here, right? It is a knit. Then the next row that theoretically would be the wrong side row You know how we would purl? Nope, don't do it. You just knit, because it's all right side. Yeah, isn't that great? I know, I love that. So, and to knit mittens, because I'm going to be doing a pattern about this, gauntlets would be beautiful. Like, I don't know about you ladies, but I get cold, really cold on my arms in the winter, even actually in the summer sometimes because of the air conditioning. Plus, I'm allergic to the sun. I don't know if you notice how pale I am. Okay, we've got Jazztune says, in crochet, to work in the round, you chain up to go up the next row. Is it the same thing? Yes and no. That's a really good question. Because where it is essentially like a slinky, it is a spiral, you are going to have what's called a jog. So let's say if you were using striped yarn, right? And you wanted your stripes to be perfect all the way around. You can get it done that way. Stop it, Marla. Stop it. Go lay down. Okay, a jog. Yes, anyway, there is a way that you can get that to happen, but it is like a slinky. It does work in the round. But because where it works in the round, let me give you an example here. Like, this is the hat that I'm going to be releasing. You would be hard pressed to find my the starting stitch of the round, because obviously the next round would be going on top of that. So there's that little kind of like shoop, like or jog as they call it. You would be very hard pressed to find it in these designs. Actually, I don't even know where it is. Oh wait, here it is. Nope. Yes, there it is. Right here. I think that's it. Yeah, right here. There's my cast on. Oh, thank you. And that see, Miss Marley, she my dog, she's a chicken. She loves to be beside me. Right now she wants to be under my chair. It's not so much that she wants to go outside because the kids did put them out. It's just that she wants to be under my chair, but there's technical stuff here, computers, and she's scared of them. And there's a vacuum cleaner, which she is terrified of. I don't know why. I never chased her with a vacuum. Maybe one of the kids did, but I doubt that because my kids are like, to get them to clean. Teens. Okay, we've got some here. Karen says, I've done some research on types of thumbs, and I'm unsure which thumb method would be the best. There is an offset thumb that does not interfere with the main hand part pattern. That might work. Yep. Yeah, and Karen, you're right. Knitting in the round is like a spiral. Yeah, that I am right in the middle of designing the mitts to match this hat. And I think I want to use this motif for the back of the hand and maybe go up the arm. But on this side, I'm leaning towards having the knit, like the twisted rib. The thumb, I love a gusset. So right for me. Oh, an afterthought thumb. Actually, those are really good too. But I'm just concerned with how the hand comes, like we have a natural shape, and the afterthought thumb would, where does it start? Like here? Right? So then you'd have to be careful with your shaping. Yeah. I love gussets. They are difficult to figure out, and that's where I'm at right now. Like I'm mulling it over in the brain. I want to do a decorative gusset so that, I mean, obviously it's a gusset, it's there. I just want it to look simply amazing. So when you wear these beautiful gloves to match your free hat, like people are going to stop and look at you and go, where did you get that? Right? That's what I want. But okay, Christy says, I prefer a gusset thumb too. But for beginners, maybe it's an option. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Now, you've been knitting for a long time, Christy, you were saying. How I learned how to knit was, my mom started me on mittens with mismatch double-pointed needles years ago. I was like 4 or 5. And my mama always wanted me to have the shaping in here. So, but it's not that hard to get down for beginners, but you are right. It's something that takes practice, an afterthought thumb, just so that you can get the project done and have that, we call it a quick win feel in the designing world, for the customer. And that's super important because we want knitters to continue to knit. Let me see here. Beginners might not want to try this hat with all the difficult stitches. Anna, you're right. That is true. That's why I thought I would do a full... There's a good video on YouTube from Susan. Christy, is that for a gusset or for the thumb? Like the afterthought thumb? Because YouTube is your friend when you're learning. And all of the viewers right now, with your hat and the mittens would be wonderful. But I love to knit from patterns. Gussets. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I got, behind my many monitors here, I've got about a part of my knitting library, and they're how-to construction books, like how to make garments. It's not so much patterns. There is some patterns in them, but I've got about 40 books behind you folks. So otherwise I would simply pull out one and show you, but I can't reach them because I'd have to crawl through wires that Tech Boy set up that I'm not happy with. But anyway, that is not a hat for beginners in my opinion. You are right, Elle Nightingale. You are right. What I would do is cut the hat pattern that's free into pieces, and it would be a challenge for people who are at the beginner level, that's almost on the cusp of going over to intermediate, because this stitch right here, that crossover is a 3-stitch crossover, and they recommend using 2 cable needles. I didn't do it. It's so easy to do it without a cable, so I would show that. But I would, what my plan is to have the videos with each part of the free pattern, and then me knitting live every day, probably 2 times a day, so that different time zones get it, and we can work together going through it, and that way that would certainly help. Yeah, so there is definitely a pattern for this. That's the one I'm having tech edited. That's the one that's breaking my bank right now, because it's and it's for a free pattern. Yeah. Okay, Jazz Tune says it would be great. Yeah, definitely. See, that's the thing. I've never applied to the knitting. You know, there's different levels of knitting that you can get your certifications in. Oh, thanks, Christy. I love this hat. I've never went through those. When I started back with knitting, I actually thought that I was an advanced knitter, and I was sadly mistaken, because with Ravelry and looking at the patterns and downloading patterns. Oh, thank you. It's going to be free. I'm going to make it free. I will probably flip it to paid. Probably after a while, but I really want people to try something outside their comfort zone. I'm all about exploring knitting. And I want everyone just to give that little extra go to give it. And I want to be there to help and help people learn to knit, because I love knitting. It's been such a wonderful part of my life. I'm sure it has been for all of you folks too. I never want to see knitting go the way it did. The people who've been knitting longer, remember the lull in knitting when it was not cool to knit? I never want to see that happen again, like over my dead body, right? Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this. Like, I really want to promote people to up their game, not get bored at the level they're at. Take the leap, do the bigger, gorgeous patterns, and have the confidence to do it. That's what I'm all about. Like, that's what I want. And a lot of times when I do a design, what's in my head is something that I can't do yet. And I will look through all of my dictionaries, like I got a lot of them. I'll find it, I'll learn how to do it, and then I'll design around it. And then I share it, that knowledge. So that's what I do. Yeah, so this is going to be a set. The cowl, the hat, and the mitts, like gauntlets, or not, I'll make 3 different options where it's a mitt, fingerless gloves, maybe a wrist warmer gauntlet style, and you can play with however you want to click them together, right? I'm just reading what Jazz Tune has said here. Really? And you picked Japanese? Oh, girl. Okay. Jazz Tune. Okay, so this is the first time really doing charts? Yes. Wow. You're like me. Like, that's like France, my mentor, my coach, who's helping me to grow as a knitter. That is incredible. Francois Danoy, I keep getting her name wrong. Frenchie from Ahoroha Knits. She learns, as soon as she learns it, right into designing. Like, that's how she works, and that's how I've always been. So that's like you too, Jazz. I think that's awesome. Like, I really do. Karen says that she will try any technique once. That's the thing. Get a technique. If you like it, run with it. If you don't like it, meh, you tried it, right? So, yeah. Wow. I'm floored that Japanese knitting was the thing that you started with, Jazz Tune. Christy says she admires Frenchie. I love Frenchie. That's Francois Danoy. I think I said that right. My mentor, she goes by a nickname of Frenchie because she, Francois, plus she's also born in Paris. So. Okay, so Karen asks, have you ever seen the Japanese patterns in multiple colors per projects? Yes, I have. I've got a book that has, it's not quite I can't even talk tonight. Intarsia. It's sort of like it, and it's not Fair Isle. It's like this really cool technique. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. Have you seen the ones that they incorporate like pearls, like beads, or after, say, they finished this pattern, right, they'll go on and embellish it. Like, there's no fear. They go on and embellish like designs on it to, oh my gosh, they're like heirloom quality things. I've got a couple of books like that too. Do I have one here? This is one I have. Look at that, there's our friends. We know how to do those. Line 13. Oh, you love knitting with beads. I've only done it once, and I haven't quite finished the shawl that it's on. It's not my pattern, it's someone else's, but I am, as soon as I have a moment to relax and breathe, I'm so back into that. Okay, Anna says it is in this book. What? In here? Page 50? Oh my gosh. Oh, was that the bead thing or the color? I have a bad memory. Page 50. Yes! 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 Thank you, Anna. Look at this. So for those who don't have your books, like, holy sweet potato, right? That's stunning. Those are rosettes that are made with a special kind of, it says here embroidery, and then they put the beads in it just to make it more, just to make it even more stunning. And I love that they tell you how to do it. Look at this side here. Look at that. That's that stitch. That's just a regular, like a leaf pattern, but because they added the tubular beads, which I haven't really seen any other designers use that, like Western ones. I haven't seen it. Maybe you're not paying attention. Yes. Oh, Japanese crochet with beads. You know, I gotta get some Japanese crochet books because I do want to learn to crochet. Yeah, I love this. This makes it look like almost like little flames. You imagine that would be beautiful on a stole made in a luxury yarn. And look at this one here. I don't know, can we see it without the glare? I'm just trying to make sure there's no glare. Look at these. Aren't those the sweetest? I mean, seriously. Seriously. That is so cute. I would be tempted to make this into like a raglan bugle beads. Okay, thank you. That's what those longer ones are. I would love to make this into like sort of like what I'm wearing now, like with the raglan. I find raglan is the most like that cut that goes from the collarbone down to the arm. Yeah, down to the armpit or like the gusset area. It's extremely flattering on women with who are endowed. Okay. It doesn't make you look it just makes you look beautiful. Like everything's lifted and looks lovely. I would love to make like a Christmas top in something like this, but in black, and then use the sparklies, or even maybe in a crimson, and it's kind of very sexy because it's got like this peekaboo kind of effect with the thing. Of course, I'd be wearing my Spanx under it, and then sew myself up like a long skirt made out of taffeta, really, really full. Like we're talking 60s style, really beautiful, long, And then like super high heels. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? I mean, seriously. Oh, and this one here, I forgot to show you. This one has the beads in it too, but they kind of blended in with can you see that? It kind of yeah, there we go. They kind of blended in, but there is bugle beads in there, and it looks like the crystals. Yeah. I've got another book with loads of beadwork in it, and the color work for the Japanese stitches, like, yeah, it's amazing, like, beautiful. I wish I had had the ability to go to one of Gail Roham's classes. I mean, wow. Has anyone ever done that? Is anyone planning on doing that? I don't want to be like one of those weird fangirls that like constantly stalks people, right? Because that's weird. But I kind of want to ask her in the forum, in the Facebook group. Like, I know she has her events schedule, but sometimes people don't update those. Like, I want to know like where she's coming and if she's coming close to me, so I can go take one of her classes. I would love that. And if Shida Shida, if she is doing any classes, I'd even, like, if I had the cash, I'd go and take one of her classes too. So would. Oh goodness, I'm sorry we ran over because I was gushing and just drooling all over these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stitches. I know there's people out there who've got to go to bed and get dinner and stuff like that, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you everyone for coming today and spending some time to chat and look at what's going on. I love helping people with their patterns, and oh, my elastic, I did that. Helping people with their patterns. So, you know, if you have any problems, and I'm not online, if you're in the Facebook group, just message me. I don't mind. And I can try to walk you through it, or at least get an explanation or a YouTube video out for you that I can find. I did that actually for quite a few people, so I'm totally good with that. Let's spread the love, right? What else was I supposed to say? Oh yes, Tech Boy always says, I'm supposed to say, follow, if you like my channel, if you like knitting with someone who like talks all the time, follow my my channel, and yeah, and you can find me quickly, and it also will give you a little ping, like alerts when I go live, because I'm going to start trying different time zones to see what I can do. Oh, Karen asked what time is the weekend videos. You know what, Karen? I'm going to do the usual time that we've been doing it. I'm going to keep that for me in Atlantic, Canada. It's 5 p.m. So it'll be the same. But I'm thinking I might do an early one. And if I do an early one, I'll post it on the group. But I'm thinking I might try for 9 a.m. in the morning my time, so that our European friends can have a, you don't have to stay up so late, you know what I mean? So, anyway, but yeah, so follow my channel, have fun. I wish you a great knitting time tonight, and I might even get to knit tonight too for fun, just to relax. And I'm going to totally do the sampler because I am addicted. I want to try those beaded things next. Like, I really, really want to do that. All right, so take care. Thanks for joining me, and 9 a.m. on Sunday. Oh shoot, I have church. Actually, yes, it would be Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. If that changes, I will post it in Bridget's Facebook group for the whatchamacallit. I'll even put it on the Twitch channel here as a calendar update. It's funny, my church is they're trying to shut my church down. Because it's a big long story, but anyway, so sometimes we have church, sometimes we don't have church, because, you know, it's weird. Anyway, yeah, so regardless, I will do Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. and then 5 p.m. And then Monday, I'm going to do the usual 5 p.m. And hopefully, cross fingers, we'll have a few samples that are done. I'm hoping mine will be done. I'm hoping blocked and everything, and, you know, looking pretty so people can see it. And then I'll try to clip photos off of the Facebook group and try to do like a little slideshow, which I think would be really cool. All right. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. For those who are just popped in, I'm Nin from Nin Designs, and I'm signing off. Click my follow button and have a wonderful night and full of knitting and happiness. Bye. And this is the point where I need Tech Boy, because I can't figure out what monitor to just... Okay, there we go. Thanks, everyone.